time for a little 4 downs, NFC style today, fellas. So we'll begin with the best quarterback in the NFC. That's first down. We'll start with you, Ross.
Well, I don't think you can go wrong with Aaron Rodgers or Drew Brees, certainly, but I'm not doing that. I'll let these guys do that probably. I'm going with RW3. Russell Wilson has been fantastic. He is not playing with elite weapons around him. I actually think that he's the future of the quarterback position. He is so calm, so poised, always makes the right decisions, accurate, as good throwing on the run as anybody, knows when to run, gets out of bounds. I mean, I'm in love with the guy, Russell Wilson.
You are in love with him, with good reason. Gary?
You know, I followed him very closely his 1 year at Wisconsin, and I was convinced that if he was 4 inches taller, he would have been a top 5 overall pick in the draft, right behind Andrew Luck and RG3. And right now, he's playing better than both of them. He is an elite player. I'll go with Russell Wilson.
Wow. All right. 2 votes for Russell. And Howard, your vote for best quarterback in the NFC?
Those guys are dreaming. The best quarterback in the NFC isn't playing right now, and that is Aaron Rodgers. Guys, you got to admit the guy's got the best arm, the best talent. He throws the ball around the field. He actually runs himself, believe it or not, gets around very well, and knows how to get out of bounds. He's the best quarterback in the NFC. Sorry.
He's less likable than Russell Wilson, though, isn't he? He comes off as kind of he's a little arrogant.
Double check. I don't know. He's good.
I mean, he's all right in the commercials. I'll give him that.
How many Packers dudes have commercials?
I know.
Every guy for the Packers has a commercial.
The NFL dispels that whole small market thing.
Yeah.
Super Bowl went a long way for a lot of those guys.
Second down, the best head coach in the NFC, Howard, is?
Ooh, best coach in the NFC. That's kind of hard. You know, I'll go with Sean Payton. I think the difference in the Saints from last year to this year is huge, and you can see how much he means to that team. Even though Drew Brees is a top flight elite quarterback, they needed him to come along, and even the defense has played better, except for when they played against Seattle. I think Sean Payton's the guy.
Ross?
I'm still going Tom Coughlin.
Wow.
I'm looking. He's the only guy I see that still has 2 Super Bowl rings over there. And what he's done with this team over the last 6 weeks, you know how hard it is to get a team that, let's be honest, is moderately talented to win 5 out of your last 6 after you start 0-6. Obviously, it's not going to be a great year for the Giants. I still think he's the best coach in the NFC, though.
I'm going to go with the coach of the best team in the NFL to this point. I'm going to say Pete Carroll. You know, this is his 3rd shot at being an NFL head coach. He was fired after just 1 year with the Jets. He had a tough time in New England. He had to follow Bill Parcells, went to USC, won some championships, has gone to Seattle, rebuilt that team. Right now, Super Bowl favorite. I'm going to pick Pete Carroll.
Our all NFC 4 downs continues with 3rd down and the question of who is the best defense in the NFC, Ross?
You know, this is a tough one, and I thought about several different teams. I'm going to go with the 49ers, though. In recent weeks, they have been beastly on that side of the football. Now that Aldon Smith is back, I was on the sidelines for their game against the Washington Redskins, and those guys are serious. I mean, those guys were playing for keeps. Even Glenn Dorsey at nose tackle playing very well. For me, right now, it's the Niners.
Well, I don't think you can go wrong with either the Seattle defense, but or the Carolina defense. I'm going to pick the Panthers defense because I think that's the reason that they've had this tremendous run. Luke Kuechly, easily the best middle linebacker in the NFL.
Howard?
And of course, I'm going to have to go with Seattle. I think shutting down Breeze and that Saints offense like that, I think that lets you know that what kind of defense you have in Seattle. I think they do a great job all over the field rushing the passer, stopping the run, which they've been run on a little bit, but stopping the run and making it easy for the Seattle to have a great season.
Finally, for 4th down, just the best team in the NFC is who, Gary?
Well, I think that's an easy one after Monday night. I think the winner of the Monday night game we would have said is the best team in the NFC, and Seattle dominated New Orleans in Seattle. Seattle's the best team.
Yeah, I'm with you. You have to go with the Seahawks as well. Although, you know what? The shame of it is they'd be even more dominant. But I think that they messed up this whole Percy Harvin thing. Now there's reports that maybe Percy Harvin will be out until the playoffs. They tried to bring him back too soon. He could be the difference between a Super Bowl and not. What a shame that they tried to rush him back when they didn't need to.
You know what? I hate to disagree with you guys. I think Seattle's going to be a great team. You're going to have to go through there to get to the Super Bowl, but I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. I think the Carolina Panthers defense and the way Cam Newton and that offense is playing right now, that could give them the edge in any weather. That kind of team will travel.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, Cam Newton, Auburn's been dominant in recent days. They killed Alabama the other day, so it makes sense that you think Carolina's the best team.
We used to play Princeton to warm up before games.
I like that. You know what, though? On this day, our Alabama man, he is our winner. Because
my God.
you know what? When you go about it a little bit differently, the producer applauds that. Plus, our producer Troy Benjamin has a crush on Cam Newton. So, for all of those reasons, Howard Cross is today's victor.